Hey, YouTubers. I just decided just to shoot me another singing video. I know that's not the most popular thing on my channel. The most popular thing is actually you guys watching me do a rant about the Ghostbusters movie some years back. But this was just something that I like to do. I like to sing. And the song that I'm going to sing for you is actually by one of my favorite artists. He's not very well known by this generation. He was a couple generations back, actually. His name was Harry Chapin, and you can look him up on YouTube. There's several videos of his songs out there. Several songs most people know. Cats in the Cradle is probably the most popular uh, story about a man who watches his son grow up and kind of watches his son grow apart. So, that's kind of what Harry Chapin did. He wrote songs that have stories to them, and the song that I'm going to do for you is one of those stories. Now, usually he would write stories that happened to him. It would be his first song was a song called Taxi, where he talked about his experience as a taxi driver. He wrote a song about the dance band on the Titanic who played until the Titanic went down. He even wrote a song called 30,000 Pounds of Bananas, which is probably one of my favorites, which is literally about, is a song about 30,000 pounds of bananas. But um, the song I'm going to do for you is one that he talked about that was an experience he had many years ago. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us. He passed away from a car wreck. Tragically, his life was cut short, um, and the story was that while he was a struggling musician, he was just wandering around in California, and he came across he came to a town, and while he was there, he met a barman who he was looking to not spend the night alone. I guess you could say, if I want to say that the nice way. Pardon me. Well, anyway, he meets this girl, and they go and they have their experience. So he has a one night stand with her. And when he sees the barman again afterward, he has some choice words for him. And it's just a very fun, to me, it's a very good song. And it teaches a very valuable lesson, something that we need to hear in, especially in this day and age, with families breaking up over political arguments. We have families that are getting separated due to COVID and due to all kinds of craziness out there in the world. And it just teaches us the lesson that we should probably be a little bit more free with our love toward each other than simply just giving it to the people who agree with us or giving it to the people who we feel deserve it. We should just give it to everybody. So the name of the song is "They Call Her Easy." And y'all have to pardon me if I sound a little off key, but this is one of those songs that it takes a lot of breath to sing. And this takes a little bit out of me. So, yeah, I'm not a thin guy, as you can see, but I'll do my best. It was just another night I was out on a bend, looking for someone to help me back in. Shit. Sorry. Let me start over. It was just another night, I was out on a bend, looking for someone to help me back in. A couple of hours walking around brought me into the bar, and then I sat me down. Nothing much to be found. So I got into talking to the old barman. He said, "You know you got a problem I can understand. I know a little lady who is all alone. If you find her, she will take you home. She don't like to spend her nights alone, no. They call her easy. Yes, they say it's not a way for a body to be. They call her easy. She's been giving out her love for free. I found her on the street like the barman said. She was not great looking, but not that bad. I walked right up to her and didn't say a word, but my eyes were talking and I think she heard. Yes, she heard me. We walked down the road to a rundown farm. She lit a couple candles and she held out her arms. Lord, she was gentle as a wind-blown sigh. In the morning while I'm dressing, I could hear her cry. She was crying and I went flying out of there. They call her easy. Yes, they say it's not a way for a body to be. They call her easy. She was giving out her love for free. The next day found me walking in town. I saw the old bartender and I flagged him down. I thanked him for the girl and told him that she had pleased me, and laughed a little bit about how she was easy. But the old man stopped me with a look in his eye. He said, "You know, I had hoped you weren't that kind of guy. I dream of the kind of world we could be if we were free with our love like easy. It's a hard world. We must learn to be easy in a cold, cold world. I must love the ones that please me. Easy. They call her easy. Yes, they say it's not a way for a body to be. They call her easy. She was giving out her love for free. Oh, they call her easy. Yes, they say it's not a way for a body to be. They call her easy. She was giving out her love for free. So, the message that I wanted to convey from that song was one of, you know, we kind of hold in our expressions of love for others. You know, especially in this day and age, we just have become so isolated and so hateful toward each other. We can only really express our hatred toward each other, not the love that we should be expressing. Uh, it's always harder to love someone than it is to hate them. If you go and you look at all the hate groups out there, uh, all the hatred that's being spewed in the media, all the hatred that's being spewed all over the radio and all over the papers, and there's just nothing to love out there. You know, we're so focused on the negative, we can't even show our love for each other anymore. And that's not right, people. I have a motto, And my motto is do what is right because it is right. Don't do it because it gains you anything. Don't do it because it's the smart thing to do. Do what is right because it's the right thing to do. It can be detrimental to you, it can hurt you, it can make you ache inside. But doing the right thing because it is right, that makes you good. And we need more of that good in the world. Sorry, I have some loud neighbors now. And that's kind of an example of what I'm talking about. I mean, just it's we need to be free with our love like easy. We need to be willing to go out there and just give it to anyone, not willing to sit there and just hold it in and waiting for that right person, or holding in and waiting for that family member to get sick or what have you. These people don't know that you love them. They don't know it. So go out there and share it. Share that love. Share your love with all of our fellow humanity out there. Because we need that now more than ever. We're in the midst of a revolution, people. I don't know if you've realized that. And I'm not talking about politics. I mean, we know we're in the middle of a political revolution. You have to pardon me, I'm doing this on my phone. But we are in the middle of a revolution. Not just a political revolution, but in a revolution of ideologies and a revolution of thoughts. We need not only to have a political revolution, a spiritual revolution, we need to have a love revolution. That is what we need. We need to have love for our fellow man. We need to stop worrying about who did what to who and who are we blaming for what. We need to worry about how can I help this person. We need to stop looking at who we can blame and start looking at how we can help. I read in the news every day, somebody's videotaped another beating from the police to a man, or some new political scandals happening with either Joe Biden or Trump or what have you. It's all it's all bullshit, people. It's all there to instill hate in your mind. We need to look at the world like easy and be free with our love and not free with our hate. It's easy to hate people. It's easy to point the finger at somebody else and say, you're the reason I'm not happy. You're the reason that I'm not doing well. You're this, you're that. It's always easy to point the finger at somebody else, when really there's an old saying that it's an old saying, but it's a true saying, which is when you point a finger at somebody, there's always three pointing back at you. And that's very profound, because every time you're pointing that finger at the cops, you're pointing the finger at Trump, you're pointing the finger at Biden, you're pointing the finger at church, you're pointing the finger at your family, you're pointing the finger at that friend who didn't hang out with you this weekend, you're pointing the finger at all of these people. You're pointing the finger at that person who called you asking for your sympathy, asking for your help, and you're saying, hey, you need to do better. That person's not asking you for that. They're asking you for love. They're asking you to understand. They're not asking you for you to fix their problem. They didn't want that. They wanted you to listen. And listening, showing your understanding, showing that you love them. That is true good. So I just want to leave you guys with that. I know this video goes on for a little bit, and it's more of me basically touting some manner of ideology, but I just want us to have a world of real love and real understanding. And a lot of you will say, well, where's the religious message in this? This isn't about religion. This isn't me trying to tell you that Jesus loves you. Of course he does. That's what he does. God is love. That's kind of what he does. But we as people need to love one another. And the church gets away from that a lot. So don't worry about what the church says. Don't worry about what our politicians say. Don't worry about what mom and dad are telling you. Don't worry about what school is telling you. Don't worry about what your business, your job, your life is telling you. Worry about what your heart's telling you. And your heart is telling you, don't hate that person. That person's going through their own stuff. Love them. And when you love them, that person's life will change. It may not change to your liking. It may not change to their liking. But that person's life will change. That is the point. You can affect people in ways that you never thought of. And that, my friends, that is what we need. I hope you guys enjoyed the song. I know I got a little preachy, but I was just feeling that today. And I know a lot of you are probably going to just disregard this video. Oh, it's just another would-be singer. I don't sing because I'm trying to be famous. I sing because I enjoy it. So, like it, hate it, what have you. I would appreciate if you liked it. But I don't do this for a job, folks. I do this every now and then. You may notice there's always a big gap between when I shoot a video and when I don't. So I just want to say to all of you out there on YouTube, and I know there's going to be people who they're going to spew their insult turds from behind the anonymity of a faceless avatar because they know I'm never going to see them, and they're going to say, oh, you're horrible, yeah. Or they're going to try to start fights in the comments. That's what they do. I love you guys too. I love all y'all. And I hope that you'll all go out and spread the love in your hearts to your fellow man. That being said, this is Venom Samurai signing off again and telling you all, be good people.